I was thinking we would work our way to Trikonasana and Revolved Trikonasana, Triangle Pose and Revolved Triangle Pose. We haven't worked on those for a while, and they're very common yoga poses. And there's a lot going on in those poses. You're stretching the hamstrings, and the Revolved version, you're stretching out the hamstrings, the hips, so you're adding a little twist. And if you have a block, sometimes people like to use a block. If you can't go deep enough, you can have your hand on the block, and that helps you to keep your balance. And we're going to work on the core a little bit, of course. But we'll start off seated, working on the breath. So sit nice and tall. Close the eyes, just rest the hands on the legs. So bring all your attention, all your focus to the breath. Just start off with regular breathing. Feel yourself getting taller. Feel that broadening across the collarbone. Chin tucked slightly, or ideally parallel to the ground, head back. So we've got a nice alignment with the neck and the spine. And now start to take deeper breaths. We're breathing in and out through the nose. As you inhale, pulling that air in, filling the lungs. Exhale, try and make that exhale just as long as the inhale. Long, slow, deep breaths. Each inhale, trying to pull in a little bit more air, filling those lungs a little bit more. Alternate nostril breathing. We take the right hand, so we're going to use the thumb to close the right nostril and the ring finger to close the left nostril. When you close the nostril, try not to bend the nose. So just close the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale through the left side. Close the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right side. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Just go a few more rounds at your pace, remembering to switch from one side to the other side at the top of the inhale. Alternate nostril breathing is a calming kind of breath. Brings down stress, anxiety. And a good thing to do, especially later on at night if you have problems getting to sleep. Any time is good, but nighttime especially probably. After the next exhale, bring both hands down. And we're just going to work the neck, just loosen up the neck muscles by bringing the right shoulder forward, up, back and down, just rotating that shoulder. And then work on the other side. Both together, up and down, whatever's feeling good here. So we're going to work on our core a little bit. So we'll come onto our backs. Feet are in, knees are bent, and we're just going to bring the knees in and then lightly touch the ground with the toes, and the knees come back in. We do this quite often. I like to encourage people to strengthen the core. It really helps with the yoga poses. Helps to keep the back nicely protected, keeping those muscles strong. This is a nice one. It's easy. Your back is supported. We're engaging those cores. If you bring your hands on your belly, you can feel those muscles working. For those that have a little bit of a weak core or any back concerns, continue with this. For those that want a little bit more challenge, bring the arms either side of you, and as the knees come in, just bring the tailbone off the ground, trying to pull those knees in a little bit closer. Working a little bit harder this way. But as I say, if this is too much, you can keep the tailbone down. But this is going to work that core a bit more and build up your strength. And I'm using the hands, the arms pushed into the ground to help me bring the legs a little closer. A couple more. And then bring the feet down and take a little breather. Up and down into bridge. When we go up, we'll do it on the inhale by pushing into the ground and then bringing the hips up. Exhale, we start coming down. Inhale, push into the ground and up. Exhale, down. Just moving with the breath. Inhaling as you come up. Exhale as you come down. All the time you're trying to keep the legs parallel. Try not to let them splay out. Hold bridge. Next time you're up, hold bridge. Walk the shoulders in a little bit closer. But this time, normally we all bring the hands underneath. But this time I want you to keep the arms either side of you. And relax the arms. And that's going to make you work the glutes and the legs a little bit more. Keep the legs parallel and try and pull the feet towards you without moving the feet. And breathe. You don't need to take the hips up too high, and you're keeping the gaze up towards the ceiling at all times. And breathe. And then we slowly come down, bringing down the upper back, mid back, lower back. Pull the knees in and rock from side to side. And then keep rocking over to one side. And we're going to work on the glutes a little bit. Gluteus medius. So we're on our side. We've done this before. We're supporting the head with the hand or on the arm. Legs are slightly forward of the hips. We bring the top leg slightly more forward, pointing the toes towards the ground. As you bring that leg up and down, going slow, and trying to use that full range of motion. So you're taking the leg up as high as you can, touch the ground with the big toe, and then back up again. As I say, this works the gluteus medius. You can feel this one. So take the leg further back behind you, but also lean slightly forward so you don't roll onto your back. And then this time pointing the toes towards the ceiling and take the leg up and down. And you can, as I say, you can rest the head on the arm if you prefer. Taking the leg up and down slowly, full range of motion. We'll probably do about 20 of these. I lose count, but you want to do it until you can feel it. And we're all a little bit different, so if you need to stop earlier, that's fine. Try this. Circle the leg, keeping the leg straight. Circle in one direction. I'm feeling it. And then circle in the other direction. And then bring that leg down. We're going to work on the bottom leg. So that top leg, we bring the foot closer in, so we've got room to circle the bottom leg in one direction. And this is going to work the inner thigh, an area that gets neglected a little bit. Circle in the other direction, as big a circle as you can. And then just bring the leg up and down a few times. There we go. Switch sides. So we just flip onto the other side. Resting the head on the arm or the hand. Leg slightly forward. Top leg comes up and down, pointing the toes towards the ground. Full range of motion. As I say, we want to take it slowly, so you get a little bit more benefit. I think you have to work a little bit harder when you go slower. And now we take the leg back, we lean the torso slightly forward, we point the toes towards the ceiling, heel down, and we take the leg up and down. More Pilates kind of work than yoga, but it's all good. And now we're just going to circle the leg in one direction. And we circle in the other direction. And now we work on the bottom leg, pull the top foot in closer as we circle the bottom leg in one direction. Working the inner thigh. And then circle the other direction. And then we just bring the leg up and down a few times. And there we go. Okay, face down, gluteus max. Face down, this is a good one. When we just bring one leg up and down. Again, slow, and you're trying to bring it as high as you can. It's going to work the glutes, and it's going to work the lower back muscles. We switch. And then just totally relax. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Come into child's pose. Make sure the arms are extended forward. Walk the arms over to one side, stretching out the lower back. And then over to the other side. Recenter, puppy dog. We slide the hands forward until the hips are directly over the knees. Arms are extended. Arms are very active. You're pushing the hands into the ground, the armpits towards the ground. You're bringing the head between the arms. Forehead probably on the ground. Breathe. Then we bring the hands under the shoulders. We do cat-cow a few times. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, roll, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Just take your time. Trying to get that wave-like motion. The motion starting from the base of the spine, working its way up. Should be a happy back. Come into neutral. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to go back into cow. So we drop the belly, we look up. We're going to keep the hands and knees glued, and we're going to pull the hands towards the knees, looking up. And you're going to feel that core working when you do this, and breathe. So the hands are not moving, knees are not moving, but you're trying to pull them closer to each other as much as you can. And then we come back into neutral. Make sure you've got plenty of room. We tuck the toes, we come into downward facing dog. We get the feet a little bit closer. We start walking the dog, bending one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. Stretching out the calf muscles, stretching out the back of the legs. Hold one leg straight, one knee bent. Breathe. Switch legs. Extended down dog, bringing the right leg up to the ceiling. Inhaling. Exhale, see if you can touch the right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee towards the chin. Inhale, extend. Keep going, same side. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chin. Inhale, extend. Switch sides. Inhale, the other leg comes up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to chin. Inhale, extend. I'm losing my shirt here. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Right elbow. Extend. Chin. Extend. And then come back into child's pose. Nice little warm up there. Come up, sit on the heels. Bring the hands in line with the toes, chin is tucked. We open the chest, keeping the chin tucked to begin with. Then we slowly lower the head back and we bring the hips up. Reopening up the whole front body, working those arms. Breathe. Feel that expansion. We bring the sit bones down, we slide those hands forward, we come back into downward facing dog. We look forward, we walk forward between the hands, inhaling halfway up, exhale as you fold forward, inhale we come all the way up, and then we come into mountain. Half salute, inhale, sweep those arms up, look up, exhale folding forward and down, inhale halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, back into mountain. Inhale, reach up, get length. Little bit of a back bend. Exhale as you fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, we come up and then back into mountain. Any back issues or you've got really tight hamstrings, you can bend the knees as you come forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, back into mountain. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, arms up. This time keep the fingers interlaced. Point the index finger towards the ceiling. Get length and then lean over to one side, keeping the whole body in one plane. Looking up slightly, stretching out the side body. Going deeper on the exhales. Inhale, we come back up, reach up. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, we come back up. Take a little bit more of a back bend. Try and keep the arms either side of the ears, engaging the glutes as you lean backward. Go as far back as is comfortable. Shifting the hips slightly forward, engaging the glutes. And then we come back up. We hinge at the hips. And we bring the hands down. Fingers to the ground. We take the feet a little bit wider. Bend the knees so the belly is resting on the legs. Head is totally relaxed. And you're going to take hold of the back of the legs. Keep contact belly to legs. And we just start to straighten the legs just a little bit more if you can. Getting a little bit more of a hamstring stretch. And then we slowly roll up. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhale back into mountain. Okay, let's do a couple of sun salutations A and salutation B, Namaskara A and Namaskara B. We'll come to the front of the mat. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we walk into plank. We bring the knees down, elbows in, chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. And we hold down dog 3 or 4 breaths. Get the best down dog you can. Pushing the thumb index finger into the ground, little finger into the ground, armpits towards the ground. Keep the ears in line with the arms, but the head is fairly relaxed. You're looking between the legs and you're trying to get a little bit more length. The more length you get, the less the angle at the wrist. So it's going to put less pressure on the wrist. We look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward, relaxing the head. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, back into mountain. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we walk back into plank. Knees down, elbows in. Chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold down dog, 2 or 3 breaths. Getting more length, especially with the exhales. Back is neutral. If you can keep the back neutral, then you can start bringing the heels closer to the ground. We look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, back into mountain. Sun salutation B. We start off and we end in chair. Inhale as the arms come up in chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We come back into plank. Chaturanga or knees, chin, chest to ground. Inhaling into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Warrior 1. Take a breath or 2. So when some people like to do Chaturanga, jump back into Chaturanga, plank Chaturanga. So if you want to jump back at the beginning, that's fine. We come back into plank, Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We're back in warrior one other side. Take a breath or two. And then we come back into plank. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and we hold down dog. Also, some people like to jump forward. Maybe we'll do the next salutation. We'll do a little bit of jumping if you want. We look forward. We walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Knees bent. We're back in chair, and then we come all the way up. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. One breath in each warrior, and we'll do a little jumping if you want. You don't have to. Inhale, chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, engage the core, and we jump into Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhaling down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We inhale into warrior one, just one breath. Exhale back into plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale down dog. Inhale left leg up. Exhale, sweep that foot through. Inhale, warrior one other side. Exhale back into plank. Chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog. Exhale down dog. And we hang out in down dog. Down dog's becoming a resting pose, I think. But if you want to take it even easier, you can come into child's pose. If you've got lots of energy, you could do the vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. We all end up in downward facing dog. We look forward, engage the core, and we're going to try and jump between the hands. Inhale halfway up, exhale folding forward, knees stay bent, we're back in chair, and then we come all the way up. Okay, should be feeling that internal heat generating here. A little bit of twist. We haven't done many twists, so let's come into a chair twist. I think I'll face you guys. Bend the knees. We're in chair, and twist to the right, your right. So you're bringing the outer of the left arm onto the right leg, and you're pushing those hands together. You're pushing into that right leg. What happens in this pose is sometimes one knee comes further back than the other knee. So try and get the knees in line with each other. A variation, you can bring one arm down, the other arm up. We bring the hands back together, and then we take the twist on the other side. And I'm actually using my hand to push into the back, the upper thigh, so I can get the other arm further around the leg, get a little bit more leverage that way. And then we're in the twist, we even out the knees, and maybe we spread the arms. We bring the hands back together, we're back in chair, regular chair, and then we come all the way up. And we just shake ourselves out a little bit. Okay, let's work our way into triangle pose. So if you have a block, I'll take a block, have it handy, and we'll flow into warrior two, and then we'll just sort of swivel on the heels as we go from one pose to another pose. Start off in chair. Fold forward. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we're in plank. Chaturanga, remember, you're keeping the elbows in close, you're pointing the inner elbows towards the front of the mat. You bring the whole body forward and down. Inhaling into up dog, don't shrug the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We start off in warrior one. Let's do this. Let's do warrior one both sides. So we swivel on the heels. And then we come into warrior two. Let's take our time. Just going a little deeper, keeping that front knee over the front ankle. Shoulders soft. And we swivel on the heels. Warrior two in the other direction. Now from here, I'm going to have my block accessible. We straighten that front leg, so both legs are straight. And we reach towards the side of the room. Go as far as you can, and then you bring that hand down, and you can bring it onto the shin or onto a block. And what you want in Trikonasana is you want even length of the lower and upper ribs. So you don't want to go far and then down further, because that's going to bend, take the back out of alignment too much. That's why we reach, come down, and that's probably the spot for you. Check that top arm is nicely lined up with the back, don't yank the arm backward. Check that top hand is nicely lined up with the arm. Another thing is people like to drop the head, try not to, and then we can look up. But if the neck gets tired, you can look back down, whatever. A variation here is to take that top arm behind the back and reach for the inside of the thigh, opening up the chest again. The legs, inner feet, the insteps are pulled up a little bit, getting an external rotation of the legs, and you breathe. We slowly come back up, take the block with you. We swivel on the heels, and we put the block over to the other side. We straighten the legs, and we reach, hinging at the hips. Keep reaching, reaching, and then we bring the hand down onto the shin or a block. We stack the arms. We lift up the insteps, keeping that top hand nicely lined up, protecting the wrist. Ideally, we're looking up, we're breathing. Then, if you want, you take the top arm behind the back, reaching for the inside of the thigh. We come back up, take the block with you, we swivel, and we're going to bring the block over to the other side. So the revolved version, we take that back hand and we bring it onto fingertips, onto the mat outside that front foot, or you can bring the hands onto the block. A little bit more challenging, and maybe walk that back foot in a little bit more, and then we're trying to open up the chest and then stack the arms. Breathe. Trying to squeeze the legs a little bit closer to each other. And then we swivel on the heels, taking the block with us. And we sweep that back hand onto the block. and we bring the other arm up. Just do the best you can. And then we bring that hand down, take the block in front of you, hands on the block under the shoulders, we walk the feet nice and wide. So Trikonasana, Revolved Trikonasana, it's a challenging pose. If that's a struggle for you, you need more practice. You could try practicing against the wall, that'll help you with the alignment. And there's lots of YouTubes out there, so you can, perfect it. So in this pose, legs are vertical, arms are vertical, arms and legs are parallel to each other. We bring the right hand onto the floor or a block, and as I'm opening that chest, I'm pulling that bottom shoulder away from the head, pulling the shoulder blades in so I can get my chest facing the side of the room. Then I'll bring the other arm up. Just like Trikonasana, that top arm is nicely lined up with the back. And we're opening up. So the top arm and the back are working as one unit. So you're moving them together. So as you open up, think of the arm connect, nicely in line with the back at all times when you're breathing. And then we bring that hand down. And we open up towards the other side. Open up slowly, bringing that bottom shoulder in and down. And then we bring the arm up. What happens a lot of time is people will just yank that arm up and they put pressure on the shoulder. That's why I always say open the chest first and then get the arm nicely lined up. Just respect the body, respect your joints and breathe. And then we bring both hands onto the block, or you can just have the fingertips on the ground, whatever. And we start bending one knee as we straighten the opposite leg. You're trying to keep the sole of the foot of that straight leg on the ground at all times. So try not to come onto the inside edge of the foot. And what we're doing here is we're getting a nice stretch down the inside of the legs as we straighten them. Just going from side to side slowly, maybe going a little deeper each time. Inhale coming up, exhale going down. Hold it on one side for 2 or 3 breaths. Inhale up, hold it on the other side, 2 or 3 breaths. And then what we're going to do is we bring the hands onto the mat and we walk the hands between the feet. So the fingers are lined up with the toes, the arms, hands are shoulder width apart. You're pushing into the mat. So I'm pushing in and away and I'm trying to get more of a dog tilt, and then I'm bringing the top of my head towards the ground. As close to the hands as possible. And then we come back up. We walk the hands forward. And then we start walking the feet together, heel, toe, heel, toe. And then we slowly start rolling up. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale back into mountain. Come into a standing position. Tavasana, mountain pose. Balance on the right foot. We're going to go into tree. Bring the left foot inside that standing leg, below the knee or above the knee. Activate that standing leg. Palms together. Find something to gaze at. Engage those quads. Bring the arms up whenever you're ready. Bring one hand onto the knee. So if your left knee is is the top knee. You're bringing your left hand to it, and then we take a little bit of a side stretch, leaning over towards that bent knee. And then we bring the palms together, legs down, shake out. It's a bit of a challenge, tree pose, I think. Other side, you're on the other foot, and you bring the top foot inside the leg, below or above the knee. Skin on skin is good, you've got more friction. We're getting a hip opening, we're engaging the quads. We get length in the spine, broaden across the collarbone, just like when we were seated. Steady the mind. Arms up whenever you're ready. Breathe. And I find, I waver a little bit, I'm moving all the time, and I'm just having to readjust that foot just to keep my balance. So I can feel the pressure moving from one side of the foot to the other side. And then take a side stretch if you want, keeping your balance the best you can. And then we bring the palms together, we bring the hands down, the legs down, and we shake out. Loosen up. So lean over to one side, so that one arm is just dangling there, totally loose, and just shake it. Get it nice and loose, the hand is loose, all those muscles loosening up. And then we lean over to the other side, shake out the other arm and hand. And we're going to do the same with the legs. Stand on one foot and shake out the other leg. Trying to loosen up that foot. Get it really loose. Sometimes it feels like it's bolted onto the leg, but try and loosen it up. And you feel those muscles all getting nice and wobbly. And then the other side, the other leg. And then just move the shoulders. Interlace the hands behind you. Bend the knees, rest the belly on the legs, and then start bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. The head is totally relaxed. Breathe. Don't go too far yet. Feel those shoulders softening. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades together. And then just let those arms come up. Not forcing it, just let it happen. And then bring the arms down and slowly roll up. What I find in yoga, and it took me a while to realize that in my original early days of practice, is not to try too hard. What happens if you try too hard? Your body sort of fights against you. So you want to just sort of work with the body, just let things soften and relax and gradually go deeper, and it'll happen. Come to the front of the mat. Bend the knees. Inhale into chair. Exhale as you fold forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we walk into plank, or you can jump back, Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog, looking up, exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to go into pigeon. Inhale, the left leg up, exhale, we bring that knee forward. Knee can be more centered if it's more comfortable. So we want to keep that spine nicely lined up. We're not leaning over from one side or to the other side. I'm tucking the toes of my back foot to begin with. Grabbing the mats, trying to pull that foot back so I can go a little deeper. That may work for you, maybe not. Just find your own level, your own deepness in the stretch. Then I'm bringing the top of the foot onto the mat, toes lined up with the leg, raised pigeon, and then extended pigeon. We bring the head down, resting the forehead on the ground, or the hands, and relax here for a few breaths. In pigeon, always be careful with the knee, the front knee that's bent. If this bothers the knee, make sure you keep the heel pulled into the opposite hip. If it still bothers the knee, you need to come out of the pose. You could do recline pigeon where you're on your back. There should be no discomfort in the knee. The hip, if your hips are higher up, you could slide a block underneath. That's one of the hips, just to even yourself out. But eventually, the hips are going to be all the way down on the ground. If you want a little bit more quad stretch, come into raised pigeon and reach for that back foot. Reach for the inside of the foot and pull the foot in towards you, getting a little bit more of a quad stretch, and breathe. And then we release the foot and we take hold of the foot with the other hand and we push the foot into the hand and we open up. We're adding a little bit of a twist on this one. And we release. Other things you can do in pigeon, you can take hold of that foot behind the head. Well, maybe not, but some people can. You could use a strap around the foot and hold onto the strap, and then you can get more of an opening of the body. Maybe we'll try that sometime. You could add a twist. Let's try adding a twist. So just like the chair twist, you're going to bring the opposite arm onto that bent leg and you bring the palms together. Try and keep your balance. Sometimes people just fall over to one side on this one. And then we release. And we could twist to the other side, but not today. Tuck the toes of the back foot, come into down dog, walk the dog. Pigeon other side, bring up the other leg. It's going to be your right leg. And we bring that knee forward, respecting the knee. As I say, if you have a knee issue, you could do recline pigeon where you're on your back. Start tucking the toes of the back foot, walk that foot back, get a little deeper. There we go, that's about it for me. Top of the foot onto the mat, open up the chest, hinge forward, extended pigeon, and we'll hang out here for a few breaths. We come back into raised pigeon. We take hold of that back foot, reaching for the inside of the foot, pulling the foot in towards you. Getting more of a quad stretch. And then we switch, holding onto the foot with the other hand, but this time we push the foot into the hand. That leg, back leg's working, and we add a little bit of a twist. and then a deeper twist. We're bringing the arm to the outside of that bent knee, and we push the hands together, getting into that twist, pigeon twist. And then we unwind. We lean over, so you're going to be leaning over to the right probably, and you take the back leg round, coming into a seated twist. Hugging the knee, we'll bring the arm outside as the leverage. Inhale, getting taller. Exhale into the twist. We switch legs. Bottom leg can be straight if you have any knee concerns. And we go in the other direction. And sometimes you get a little bit of a click in the back, which I did just then. I don't know if you heard. Get your own chiropractic adjustment. Now, since we've got the legs like this, let's try this. Let's do an easy version of Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So I come up, I squeeze those legs together, and then I'm going to sit back down, getting into more of a hip stretch here. And then typically in cow face pose, one arm is behind you, and you hold on to hook the fingers together. But I'm just going to hold on to the opposite elbows. Try and sit nice and tall. Eyes closed. Take a few breaths, 3 or 4 breaths. And then we come out of the pose. If your left knee is on top, you're going to rotate through 360 clockwise. If your other knee is on top, you go in the other direction. So just try and keep the feet in place as you rotate 360. And magically the other knee is on top. You come up, you squeeze those legs together. And then you come back down, and then you hold on to the opposite elbows, or you can, do the classical Gomukhasana. You could do eagle arms, whatever, and breathe here. And then we release. You come out of the pose. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Bring the knees down, and then just rest in child's pose for a few breaths. Come onto your back. Take a full body stretch. Take a little bit of a side stretch. Stretching out one side of the body and then stretch out the other side. And then recenter. And Shavasana, totally relax. Letting the whole body just sink into the ground, eyes closed. Keeping your focus, keeping your attention on the breath. Start to move the fingers, the toes, just wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. And then just stretch them out. Hands stretched, toes stretched out. And relax the hands and the feet. Stretch out again. And relax. One more time. Stretch. And relax. Walk the feet in towards you, keeping the eyes closed. And just roll over to your side. And take 3 or 4 breaths. And then gently push yourselves into a seated position. Inhale, bringing the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale as they come up. Exhale as they come down. One more inhale. Palms together. Hands to the forehead. Namaste.